Destination New South Wales, New South Wales Now, or New South Business, and Yonex. Ladies and gentlemen, can you please stand for the national anthem?
Test, 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 test. Hi there.
Here.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, mate, all good. Sydney, one of the world's most beautiful and vibrant cities, is showcased by a sophisticated and cosmopolitan way of life. Everything about Sydney is world class. Its famous harbour, natural landscape and stunning beaches. With a reputation as a friendly and safe city, Sydney lays down the welcome mat as the world's best badminton players converge to do battle. This is the Star Australian Open Badminton Championships for 2014. It's finals day, where the major portion of the $750,000 purse is decided. 16 players from 7 nations take to the court here at the State Sports Centre in Sydney. 5 pulsating matches on the final day of the 8th stop on the MetLife BWF World Superseries. And to take us through, the worldwide voice of badminton, Jill Clark.
Yes, it looks a terrific lineup here for finals day. We're starting with mixed doubles, and both pairs appearing in their 3rd Super Series tournament final, but both are looking for their first ever title. Fuchs and Michels from Germany up against Go and Kim from Korea. Then women's doubles, and the Olympic champions Tianqing and Zhao Yunlei up against Matsutomo and Takahashi, the number 2 seeds from Japan. Then women's singles, and the Olympic bronze medalist Saina Nehwal up against the European champion Carolina Marin, who's appearing in her first ever Super Series tournament final. Then men's doubles, and Lee Yong-dae and Yu Young-sung trying to win their 3rd Super Series title in 3 weeks. They're up against the number 3 seeds, Lee and-sai from Taipei. Then the last of our finals this afternoon, men's singles. 2 unseeded players, but 2 players making their return to the top of world badminton. The reigning world and Olympic champion Lin Dan up against the former world number 3 Simon Santoso.
Let's welcome the first 4 of our players onto the court here. Teams from Germany and, of course, Korea.
Well, for the Germans, Michael Fuchs and Birgit Michels, as you can see, not yet on the destination Dubai Super Series rankings. I can tell you, whether they win or lose, the Koreans will move up 1 place after this tournament. They will go up to number 4 on those standings, and the Danish pair will go down 2 places to number 6. So there will be quite a bit of movement after this Australian Open.
Introductions here.
Heads, tails, what would you like? Tails? Tails it is, you won the toss. Serve, who's going to serve? You? Who's going to receive?
This end.
Okay.
And
Birgit's going to receive. Players, Kim.
Well, that's always very interesting. Choosing ends, I would have thought was a preference to a pair who's won the toss. Must be a difference in ends in any of these arenas. Slight airflow, and therefore causes a drift of the shuttle. And the Koreans won the toss there, but chose to serve. I find that unusual. So Kim Ha-na and Go Sung-hyun. Well, they've come through from the bottom half of the draw, and just look at their quarter-final victory over the number 2 seeds Zhu Chen and Ma Jin. They, of course, were beaten finalists last week in Indonesia. 4 different nations represented at semi-final stage, and that's a very healthy situation for world badminton. Well, for the Korean pair, Go Sung-hyun, 27 years of age. His partner Kim Ha-na, 24. They've gone up 1 place in the world ranking this week, up to number 6, which is equal to their highest place on the world ranking. I wouldn't be surprised if they go up a little further after being in today's final. Their win-loss record for the year translates into 8 tournaments. They've been in 2 finals, the German Grand Prix Gold and also the India Super Series, where they lost out to the Danes in that final. But they're emphasising that terrific win in the quarter-final stage against the Olympic and World Championships silver medalists Zhu Chen and Ma Jin of China. 2 straight games. Had a tough battle in the second round against the 2012 winners of the Australian Open, Chen and Cheng of Taipei. Semi-final yesterday, well, that too went the full distance. They seem to be making a habit of dropping the second game. 2 of their matches going the full distance, both losing the second game, having won the first. So to the Germans and Michael Fuchs, 32 years of age, Michels, 29, and they're number 9 in the world ranking. Currently 14 on the Super Series standings. Their win-loss record for the year, 6 tournaments. They reached the final in Japan 2 Sundays ago, and they too had a terrific victory. Theirs was in the very first round against the European champions and winners of the Indonesian event last week, the Danes Joachim Fischer-Nielsen and Christina Pedersen. Well, this will be the 4th meeting between these 2 pairs, and as you can see, it is the Germans that hold the advantage, not only having won 2 of the previous 3, but obviously that last occasion, having said that the Germans reached the final of that Japan Open, they obviously won on that occasion. Kelly Hoare and Sudip Bave are court officials for this first final.
And I know there's one man who's joining us who's been waiting for today, as we all have. Finals day. It's where everything is determined and everything goes on the line. And especially for the doubles, you being an old doubles exponent yourself, Mark Nichols. And this is, you know, the highlight of the tournament here, where we get down to the nitty-gritty, the who wants it the most.
Absolutely, and this is what all players play for, is this opportunity to play for the title. So really looking forward to the way this game plans out, and particularly the contrast in styles. So it's going to be an exciting mixed doubles match.
What are you expecting? What are the 2 differences in styles between these 2 teams?
Well, I think that the German pair, the way that they play a traditional style of mixed doubles, the more often that they can take the pace off and change the angle will be critical. The Koreans will be solid in defence. They'll have a strong attack. They'll have a very good all-round game. But I think I really am excited to see the German mixed doubles play.
Birgit Michels, Germany. On my left, Ko Sun-hyun, Kim Ha-na, Korea. Kim Ha-sang to serve to Birgit Michels. Level. Play.
That is the cue to get finals day underway.
Well, they're going to have to be awfully careful, the Germans, about playing rallies like that, because Go Sung-hyun, as you can probably tell, is a very, very physically strong athlete. His movement around the court is very quick. Former world #1 in the men's doubles with Lee Yong-dae.
Service over. 1-all.
Well, I thought the start to the rally, it was a nice idea from Michael Fuchs. Just broken the string of his racket. I like that little drop shot to the centre of the court.
I think that is going to be the right play. They have to continue to change the rally, change the pace of the rally in particular. Always changing the angle. Really can't afford to become predictable.
obviously, for one of these two pairs, it's going to be third time lucky for both of them. They're appearing in their third Super Series tournament final, and either pair has won a title so far. I know that we were chatting earlier in the week about the psychology. If you haven't won a title, does it play on your mind? And I suppose in this scenario, is that an influence at all?
Well, I think that's always a challenge, is to always just stay in the moment, play each point individually, not look at the score, work out what happened, why you won the last point, why you lost the last point, make some changes, focus 1 point at a time.
Because it's interesting, because last week I was talking to Michael Fuchs, and he was saying, you know, it was almost, and I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but it was almost as if he was making excuses for his earlier Super Series finals, because they were up against Olympic champions in Japan 2 weeks ago, and it was almost, well, you know, well, we weren't expected to win, you know, almost sort of attitude. Whereas they will here see the big opportunity.
Yeah.
You can win this title. They were the underdogs before. Now there's a different pressure situation. And that's just why I'm interested to know whether, you know, the fact that neither of the German players have ever won a Super Series title. Both the Korean players in level doubles, men's doubles and women's doubles, have won Super Series titles. So that's the influence in my mind.
Well, and I think it should really be embraced as far as to build the excitement and the expectation. We really want to take that energy on the court to say, okay, this is our opportunity, let's go and take it.
Change. 4-all.
Good play at the net from Michels there. We saw her yesterday in the semi-final looking to move forward all the time and create for Michael.
Yeah, now to me that's a nervous looking shot.
Service over.
Smashed a couple in the net already at the start of this game, and he just hasn't found his rhythm.
That's a good serve. Another sort of nervous thing there. The two Germans unsure who's supposed to take that. Both going for it.
Play.
Yeah, it's a nice idea. Wrong execution.
7-4. Service over.
It's nice to get those free
5-7.
points when your opposition does a service error.
Yeah, very interesting reaction by the Germans. Big smile at each other, and I suspect that's, you know, just trying to relax the other, saying, okay, it's okay, let's just have fun here, let's... We know what we got to do.
Found his range that time, Michael Fuchs.
6.
Good play again through the centre to set up that angle.
Michael.
Back level.
Seven all.
Well, for both pairs, this is their third tournament in 3 weeks. For all those badminton players that say you can't play 3 on the bounce, you get through to final stages. With at least 2 of them, I think proves that you can.
Absolutely.
Service over.
Sometimes, you know, the
8-7.
road through to the final makes a big difference, but being able to take that form on in each game, take the confidence from the previous tournament through to the next one, it's very important. The belief that you can compete at this level.
Wrong choice of shot from Michael Fuchs. Yeah, it's nicely played from Sung-hyun.
10-7.
They're playing a very controlled style of mixed doubles, the Koreans. Sort of almost the style you expect from the Europeans. It's quite careful, and they're placing the shuttle down, taking the pace off. Smash again from Michael Fuchs.
Service over. 8-10.
That is a brilliant return of serve from the athletic Sung-hyun. 3-point advantage, 11-8 in the opening game. Well, I can't help but wonder a little bit, Mark, the fact that Sung-hyun there, former world #1 with Lee Yong-dae in the men's doubles, and in fact the partnership was dissolved while he was world #1, and whether that end of partnership has made him sort of think, okay, well, I'm going to go back in a more positive way and a little more serious way to the mixed doubles, because he first really burst onto the world scene, both in mixed doubles and men's doubles, and I wonder if his psychology now as far as mixed doubles has changed, because he sort of went out of mixed for about a year.
Yeah, and that obviously plays a part, that you have a definite skill for this type of game, the strategy that's involved with mixed doubles. So
11-8. Play. Service over.
Well, it's a good return of serve.
9-11.
I know Michael Fuchs is going to spend some extra time here in Australia. He's having a little holiday after this.
Oh, great smash.
Amazing angle from Michels.
10-11.
Totally unexpected. Good awareness.
Oh, fantastic. She'd obviously sensed that she'd drawn him into the centre of the court. It's really well played.
Oh, the luck of the net cord. And the Germans are back level.
11-all.
Yeah, that's nice too. Well, that's the sort of rally I thought probably would suit the Koreans more, the flat, fast exchanges. But won by the Germans, that surprises me.
And I think you definitely want that to be a rarity rather than the constant. I think they're doing really well mixing it up, and that's why I think they've now taken the lead in this game.
Well, up until that era, the 4 points since the mid-game interval had all gone to the Germans. That's nice. So too is that. Well, I said he was a very physical player, and the physicality, I think, is more in the movement than in the power of shot.
He just holds it to the very last second to change that direction. Great deception.
Yeah, but look at that movement again. It's the fact that he gets himself in position, then he's got the power in the legs to leap in the air And because he's doing that, he's got the options. He can play that cross-court winner. Look at that.
And that's obviously that's the combination he's got going with that drop shot as well. So really puts you on your heels when you're trying to defend someone who has so many options. Using the net cord.
Service over. 13-14.
Going wide, good rally. Definite increase in pace by the Koreans. And once again,
Service over.
it's all revolving around the pace of movement.
13.
Look how forward he is in court. Go Sung-hyun.
Biggie. Service over. 14-15.
Back level.
15 all.
Yeah, it's clever. Much flatter, that one.
It was good to see Michels moving forward and being brave to play that driving game with the Koreans. He's from the other side.
Yeah. And because he's thundered down those couple of angled smashes, as you were just alluding to, then the drop shot becomes so effective. Because you've got to stand back in court defending the power play, and you leave yourselves vulnerable to that deceptive drop.
That's just where the German pair need to be careful when they get into those fast exchanges, just to take the pace off and push it off to the side, reset the rally again, try and stay into a attacking position.
Not enough pressure on the return of serve.
Service over. 16-18.
Better return of serve there from Michels, forcing the short lift.
That could be costly.
Service over. 19-16.
2 points away from the opening game. Go Sung-hyun and Kim Ha-na. Make that 1 point away. 4 game point opportunities.
Game point 16.
That'll do. Well taken off the top of the tape by Kim Ha-na to close out the opening game. 21-16
First game
in
won by
16
Ko
minutes
Sung-hyun,
of play.
Now 21-16.
Mark, we were noticing yesterday that it's teammates rather than coaches coming on to support the German players.
They seem to have done a very good job in the semi-finals, so let's hope they can come up with something different. I think the only difference really in this match so far is that the Koreans seem to have handled the key moments better. They seem to have held their game plan together and not made those couple of unforced or even forced errors around those key moments in the game.
Korean coach Choi Min-ho, very promising junior player, never really progressed and fulfilled his potential. Wonder whether that was injury or what that was about.
Hasn't been all hard work for the players involved at the Star Australian Open Badminton Championships for 2014. There was a lovely cruise around Sydney Harbour, enjoying some of the delights here in Sydney, and of course seeing some of the wonderful scenery. And who could resist taking a photo of the iconic Sydney Harbour Bridge in all its glory at night with the Opera House in the background? Some of the fantastic sights that the players and officials have been enjoying whilst they're down under.
Well, to me, the big difference between the two pairs was the powerful and quick movement of Go Sung-hyun, simplified with that return of serve. So, second game gets underway. Yeah, broken the string of his racket there, I think. Third final of the year for the Koreans, but just their second Super Series final. Oh, good defence. Oh, man. Well, confusion between the two Koreans. Kim Ha-na left flat-footed with a little hold and push over her head.
1-all.
It was an interesting choice, wasn't it? It just, again, Michael Fuchs has that ability to sense when there's an opportunity to try something different.
Oh, low serve is short.
Service over. 2-all.
Good idea to serve out wide, though.
Look, I think it's important to maintain the variation. It does have its risks.
3-2.
It's risks as in you've got to hit the shuttle further, or it's opening up the court.
Yeah, a bit of both. You have to play it a little bit harder, which takes it out of your comfort zone, but also it opens up that backhand corner.
Oh, yeah. Michels trying to intercept the second one. Shuttle just clipped her racket. before going through to be returned by her partner, and that quite obviously is a fault. Yeah, good work by Fuchs. Final smash across the body of Kim Ha-na.
3-4.
But I thought it was interesting in that rally, the way that the Korean pair simply weren't prepared to play anything within the hitting range of Birgit Michels, trying to keep her out of the game. They obviously think she's a real threat, which I do too.
Yeah, and earlier in the previous rally, she did touch that shuttle, which was a fault, but you want to see her doing that. You want to see her trying to intercept all of the shuttles she can get. She can really set it up for Michael Fuchs.
Yeah.
Again, that's a great play there. I love the way she just took the pace off the shuttle, drew the short lift. Michael was able to smash the shuttle away. Really good work from the Germans.
Oh, clever. Yeah, she was right to go forward. Michels doing what you suggested. You've got to hunt that net.
5-4.
But Fuchs has got to be aware of that, and when she goes forward, he's got to move a little further back and cover the deep corners.
Good play again. Not going for too much too soon in the rally.
Service over. 5-all. Change.
Now, I can understand the serve out wide
Service over.
from that left-hand court because you're serving to Kim Ha-na's backhand side, and of course the obvious return should have been a straight one, and his partner was obviously looking for that, but very, very clever return from Kim Ha-na.
Service over.
Not a lot you can
6-all.
We've
do about that.
had 3 or 4 already in this match. We've certainly had the better run of the net cords.
Play.
Yeah, that's clearly long.
Service over. 7-6. Michael, big it.
Umpire's
You're
going
taking too long. The play must be continuous. You're taking too long.
Well, the umpire, Kelly Hoare from Australia, he just apologises to her, raise of the racket and to his opponents. I didn't think he was taking excessive time, did you?
I think it's definitely been on the agenda with the umpires this week to try and keep the games going.
No, and I'm all in favour of that, to be honest. I think players do take too long in between rallies in general. It's a good rally. Very good rally. Oh, string's gone. Michael Fuchs's racket.
The Koreans know they're hitting everything to him.
What a rally. Oh, he's played the winner. Would you believe it?
Remarkable rally. That's what we come to see, world-class mixed doubles.
How on earth did he control, what was it, those last 6 or 7 shots?
At least.
Yeah, almost a look of bewilderment from Sung-hyun. He's looking
That's
up
the challenge.
towards
Has
the
this
jump.
touched the line?
It was in. I didn't think there was any question in my mind.
I just don't think the Koreans wanted to believe it, that they lost that rally.
Challenge unsuccessful. Sung-hyun, Kim Ha-na, 1 challenge remaining.
You can see the awareness of the Koreans. They knew that he'd broken a string. Michael Fuchs, he has a bit of X factor about him.
He's a really lovely guy. I know he's got that character. I know what you're talking about, but should also be said what a nice man he is. Speaks very, very good English. Well, he should do. He graduated in English, and he's now doing a sports science PhD, which includes study into sleep and sleep deprivation.
Right.
Play.
I just love his attitude on the court. He smiles. He's very supportive of his partner. They've got a really good partnership, good communication. After all that.
So often happens, though, doesn't it? After a terrific rally.
Service over.
You can't believe it.
8-7.
Well, that is where the Koreans have the flexibility in allowing Sung-hyun to go forward to the net. Kim Ha-na more than happy at the back of the court.
You see that so often with all the top mixed doubles pairs, that they are comfortable having the lady at the back of the court. She can hold her own.
Well, it's certainly not the favoured formation, because obviously men are physically stronger than women, and therefore you want to use their physical strength on the smashes and the woman's extra flexibility and being able to twist and turn at the net. Oh dear, that's a poor miss. So to the mid-game interval, the number 6 seeds from Korea with a 4-point advantage. 11-7, 30 minutes in to this mixed doubles final. Well, it was that long rally at 6-7, which brought it to 7-all. Then the serve into the net from Michael Fuchs, and quite frankly, the Germans just seemed out of it a bit.
Sometimes you can see that happen after a really big rally, and the adrenaline's really pumping, and it takes a few rallies later on to sort of calm yourself back down and get control again.
Is it calmness or fitness?
Oh, look, I think it's more about the adrenaline that was pumping in. Probably his anxiety levels were up because he pulled off a remarkable rally, but maybe that was the factor.
Seven. Play.
Yeah, I like that smash down the forehand side of Sung-hyun.
8-11.
It's a good serve and even better return.
Service over. 12-9.
Just caught the tape on the way past and creating that confusion.
Oh, that's a lovely return.
Service over. 10.
Oh, when we
12.
talk about pushing the shuttle past the net player but making it land in front of the rear court player and aiming towards the tram lines, I don't think you'll see a better example than that. Oh, flick serve is long.
Service
Oh, low
over.
serve.
13.
Oh, an error
10.
on the flick serve.
Hold. Service over. 11-13.
Well, every time he leaps in the air like that, it's such a danger, isn't it?
14-11. Quick.
Most players from that position in court, really out wide, would have been under pressure. But he plays the winner.
Just must have amazing strength in those legs. He just leapt up the smash.
Well, unless the Germans stop this little run, can only see the Koreans running out as champions. It's 2 or 3 points, absolutely critical, and Germans will know that. Yeah.
Play.
Service over. 12-15.
And it was that extra effort, that extra flick of the wrist there that created the error. Crucial serve here. 12-15 in the second game.
Tom, it was a good flick serve. Oh.
Service over. 16-12.
Oh, low serve is wide of that centre line. That's very, very good judgment to leave
Service
that.
over. 13-16.
Same position again. Same wonderful jump in the air.
Service over.
Opens those shoulders.
17-13.
Look at how short that lands, sort of in the middle of the, right in the middle of the court.
Oh,
yes.
clever. Very, very clever.
And that's when we talk about where the middle of the court is throughout the rally. It changes. It's not where that centre line is. It's the middle between the two players, and that's a perfect
17.
example there.
Play.
Well, I think the reaction there from Michael Fuchs, very, very telling. He is obviously acutely aware, as we are, that this is now or never time. It's more than possible for them to come back, but they can't afford simple errors. Got to keep the focus.
She read it well.
Yeah, all credit to her for that.
Service over. 18-15.
Oh, packed stadium here. You could hear people shouting out for their favoured team.
16-18.
And I think people are enjoying this match so much they want it to go to a third game.
Yeah, so do we. Oh, clever smash. How many winners has he hit from that round the head position, as we call it? Shuttle played deep into his backhand corner. There is, he leapt from the base position in the centre of the court to play that winner. Just 2 points needed for the title. Now just the one.
Match point 16.
Well, strings are gone in the rackets of the Koreans there. That didn't sound healthy at all. Yeah, he goes off and changes his racket.
17-20.
Nearly pulled off a remarkable recovery. Probably only the broken string that stopped that from happening.
Well, the Germans have been offered a lifeline. Second time of asking, and a first ever Super Series title for Go Sung-hyun and Kim Ha-na as a pair in the mixed doubles. Third time disappointment, but lovely to see the two German players embracing each other at the end. They fought hard, but there's confirmation in 40 minutes of play. 21-16, 21-17. And Go Sung-hyun and Kim Ha-na of Korea played very nearly the perfect match. Yeah, it's good to see the team spirit amongst the Germans. Shake of the head from Fuchs. But quite simply, I thought especially Go Sung-hyun was just too good today.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Just his ability to leap in the air and bring those remarkable angles, and his variation as well. It wasn't just all big smashing. His racket work is remarkable.
Yeah, it was all down to the Germans and whether they could place the shuttle as they wished to. They were certainly not going to get through with power or with speed. Yeah, it was a good match. That was the very, very long, terrific rally. But it was power like that from Go Sung-hyun that really made so much difference. So that, of course, confirms that the first of our 5 finals have been completed. And Korea will have another opportunity in the 4th match of the afternoon in the men's doubles to take a 2nd title here at the Australian Open. Next up, of course, is women's doubles with the Olympic champions against the number 2 seeds Matsutomo and Takahashi. Women's singles, I'm really looking forward to that. The Olympic bronze medalist Saina Nehwal of India against the left-handed European champion Carolina Marin. The men's doubles, as I was saying, another opportunity for Korea. The Koreans, of course, have taken the last 2 Super Series titles over the last 2 weeks. Can they make it a hat-trick? Well, we'll find out a little later on. Men's singles will finish off finals day here.
Time now for the medal presentation. The first of our Australian Open titles, of course, is the mixed doubles. And we can see the players up on the podium.
Where am I going? On the stage?
And there's a throng of media in front of them, taking photos.
Ladies and gentlemen, to present the mixed doubles medals, Mr. Greg Orvis, the sale manager of Yonex, accompanied by Mr. Matthews George, CIO of MetLife. To present the runner-up of the mixed doubles, present to Michels Fuchs and Birgit Michels of Germany. Okay.
They'd be disappointed, but also proud of the effort.
Winners of the
Jill.
mixed doubles, Sung-hyun.
Oh, of course, I mean, the 3rd Super Series tournament final, 2nd in 2 weeks. Over this 3 weeks of back-to-back tournaments, but I thought the Koreans were very, very good today. Very organised and disciplined in what they were trying to implement with their tactical play. And I thought for some time, in all honesty, it was just a matter of time before they won their first Super Series title together.
Well, it's official, and there's a nice cash incentive as well that goes not only with the gold medals. Oh.
Yeah, that's the wrong way around.
The Germans were happy that the Koreans got the runners-up check. That was very good. Smiles all round. And there's the winner's check. And the perpetual trophy for the Australian Open, the Star Australian Open. Some wonderful names on there. And the names of Go Sung-hyun and Kim Ha-na from Korea will go onto that trophy.
Ladies and gentlemen, Star Australian Badminton Open 2014 winners of the mixed doubles, Ko Sung-hyun and Kim Ha-na of Korea.
We are at the Star Australian Open for 2014, back with more action shortly.